working. But the live chat is working now, whoever's there.
Should be working. Can you see it?
I can see it. I'm going to post and see if I can.
Oh, come the fuck on, you piece of shit.
Yeah, it works. Yeah, the live chat's working, person on Reddit who deleted their comment. But I saw it.
Maybe it's working now.
Yeah, it's working now.
You know, I gotta when I start the stream, I have to stand very still so I get a good picture of myself.
I quite like this one of you having a little cup of tea.
Having a little sip of tea.
A little sip of my tea.
A little sip of tea before I start.
And then I shall tell thee a tale all about the biggest foot there is.
Oh my God, I finally was able to post. There you go. All right, we're all posted up.
Is that on Facebook and Twitter?
Yep.
Cool.
Check.
I've done am I loud enough, Benjamin? People complain that I'm not loud enough. Although I haven't touched my volume knob in a week.
I think you sound kind of good.
Yeah?
You've touched a lot of knobs, though.
I've touched a lot of knobs this week, but not the volume knob.
Yeah, it's your birthday. You got to touch knobs.
It is my birthday. I am 36 years young right now.
36 years young. You look like you're 28. You do. You look like late 20s. I'm not trying to flatter you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you do.
Stay out the sun. I quit smoking 4 years ago. This year, do try and drink water. I try.
Well, I think that's a big thing. Quit smoking.
I quit smoking and sleeping. I'm a good sleeper.
I just turned 46. Was that a couple weeks ago?
Yes.
And I think I definitely look like I'm in my 40s.
Mm-hmm.
But it's different. I think what happens is when you don't have kids. You don't have kids. I also don't go out in the sun. I stopped smoking like 10 years ago. I think that affects the way you age. It really does. Kids, like, it's funny. I see all the friends of mine from high school. I mean, I look like I'm in my 40s, but when I tell people I'm 46, a lot of people are like, wow, you look younger. But it is funny. It's like when you see, like, on Facebook, a lot of people I went to high school with their dads. It's just, they look so much older than me and fatter. Well, it's because you have a kid and it affects your lifestyle. You know? You have to go in the sun because kids like to go out and play outside. If I had a child, that kid would never go out in the sun. The kid would be inside all day and he can go play at night.
Your kid would just be in his little suit, in his little room, listening to his goth music, studying his accountancy books so that he can make Papa proud. And
I would be like, did you memorize every song off of In the Flat Field by the Bauhaus? No, get back to your room, you little fuck.
No, your son would totally be like, I have to bring home the shekels to impress my papa.
Well, that's what I make my cat do.
Yeah, but that would also be your weirdo son that only wears one black suit. I don't like to have choice of clothes. I just keep things simple with one suit.
All right. Let's get this party started here.
Let's get it started. Oh my God, is that No Doubt that I was just singing that awful song?
Oh
no, it was even worse. I think I was just singing Black Eyed Peas. Even fucking worse. Sorry, people.
It's your birthday, so you get a pass, but what the fuck?
It's my fucking birthday. I can do what I want.
All right. Check. Okay, cool. You ready?
Hello. Yes.
What do you guys think of Casey's new background? It's got an official banner.
The cheap trick on, like I wanted.
Sick and Wrong tapestry.
Mm-hmm.
It looks a lot better than mine, but I think you have yours hung up properly on a wall.
Yeah, mine's on a legit wall.
Yeah, mine's like hanging up in my kitchen.
I like yours though because yours is very ISIS.
It is kind of ISIS. Yeah,
it is ISIS. I expect like if the camera could pan out, there'd be two guys with like machine guns and
standing side by side.
Well,
usually it's the other tapestry I have. Like this one's not as ISIS because there's a lot like white in it, but the other one looks more like ISIS.
Yeah, it's just because you've hung it up. The way it is very much like, I'm just gonna throw this on the
because it's hanging in a cave, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Good evening. Welcome to Sick and Wrong, the world source for antisocial commentary. One of your hosts, Steve Simon.
Hello, comrades. My name is Kia Tarambo.
Happy birthday there, Kate.
Oh, thank you so much. It is. Today is the day of my divine birth.
Happy birthday. You're one of those people that you like your birthday, right? You
I
like
do
celebrating
like
your
my
birthday,
birthday.
acknowledging it.
Yes, I do. I like doing all those things. I think birthdays are like, everyone could be your last. So you should just enjoy them. And, getting older is definitely a privilege. I love it. I love getting older.
See, I'm complete opposite there. Like we definitely diverge in that. I think birthdays are an anathema. I'd like to not even acknowledge it. I don't want people to know about my birthday. I like people just not even think about me.
Yeah, you know why? Because you're a birthday bitch.
I am a birthday bitch.
Birthday
I know, and
bitch.
it's like
Mm-hmm.
people like my sister like force me to do something on my birthday. This
Good.
year
You
was
should
great. This year
you
was
should be
great.
fast.
Well, this year was great because it was like COVID, so it's not like I was going to go out. It's not like people were like, "Oh, you got to come out and have a drink." It's like, no, I'm just going to stay home. I'm going to watch The Thing. I'm going to get really high,
Love that
and
film. Yeah.
yeah, and I'm going to spend my birthday with my fucking cat, and that's what I
Well,
did.
that's exactly what I'm doing this year. That's exactly what I did last year. Just because you have a birthday doesn't mean you have to like go big all out. All I do is I usually I've bought myself a really nice expensive bottle of wine. I'm probably maybe gonna watch a Kurt Russell movie, and I'm just gonna
It's always
get
good to watch Kurt
loaded
Russell movie.
and
Are you
just
going to
be.
watch like Captain Ron or Overboard, like a seafaring Kurt Russell
I
film?
do like Overboard. There's no denying it. Um, I just do what I want, man. I like getting older. It's great to be alive, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I think a lot of girls tend to like their birthdays more than
Mm.
guys do. But there's a lot of that's one thing I know. Wackerly used to always talk about this. Is there's something weird about when dudes put a lot of like energy into announcing their birthdays. Like, whereas I
I
think
can
it's almost
understand
more
that. Yeah.
expected. Well, I think it's almost more expected with women. It's like, that's my birthday. We're going to go and have a party at this bar. Whereas, like, I think when you have guys that are just like, oh, it's my birthday, you guys kind of have to come out and celebrate it. But it's just like, dude, come on.
Yeah, I
Fucking
can see what you're
grow
saying.
a sack. It's a fucking birthday. Like, you don't need to celebrate it.
Somebody at
Yeah.
my work said though, I was like, "Oh yeah, it's my birthday. I'm really excited for it." And they were like, "You'll feel differently about that when you get past 40." I was like, "What?
It's a
What's
good
gonna
point.
change? Really? Really?
I don't know.
Why?
I think you know what it is.
Is
I
the
think you're
doomsday
aware.
clock gonna start fucking
Well,
ticking
that's.
on
I think
me?"
you're aware of your own mortality. I think
Mm,
before you turn 30, it's people are like, I'm going to live forever and I can fucking party and do drugs. I'll be youthful and I'll get laid. And then when you're hit 46, you find out you're just a bitter, sad, lonely Jew who just lives in his own one bedroom apartment, in West Hollywood
with his ISIS flags on the wall.
with his ISIS flags and his
Mm.
bald cat, hating the world, doing a
Shit, is this
podcast for
what's
the
gonna
past
happen
50
to me?
years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fuck.
you're probably going to turn into a lonely tattooed Jew. That's what's going to happen.
Bloody hell. No wonder you're a birthday bitch.
Yeah, it's a bleak world out there. You'll realize this as you get to my age. It's not going to get better.
Yes, the
It's going to get
lofty age of
worse.
46.
It's going to get worse. And I think at this point now, I'm like, I don't know what. Anytime now, I need to get a prostate exam. So yeah, it's only going to get worse.
Oh, you'll probably enjoy that though.
Yeah,
Why not?
probably.
Enjoy it. I mean, the worst things have
My
happened than
brother,
seeing
my brother hires guys
eventually.
off of Craigslist to do it.
He
He
just
says it's a
goes
good time.
he just goes down an alley and asks anyone.
He goes behind the 7-Eleven.
Any guy who says
Um,
yeah, he's like, do it.
Kate, it's probably not like this over in the UK, but if you lived in Oklahoma, you could go out and hunt Bigfoot on your birthday.
I would kind of like to do that, but also fuck camping and hiking. But if other
But
people wanted
hunting
to do that,
animals or
is Bigfoot
anthropomorphized
an animal?
animals.
Is Bigfoot an animal, or is
He's a
he
cryptid. He's a creature.
So
Hunting
he's a
cryptids.
creature. Yeah, a creature
Yeah.
is a bit different to an animal, in it.
So this past January, just a few weeks ago,
Mm.
Oklahoma Representative Justin Humphrey introduced a new bill to the state legislature, which opens up licenses for Bigfoot hunting season. So there's an official
Wow.
Bigfoot hunting season in Oklahoma with a $25,000 prize for catching him live.
Oh, I was about to say alive or dead.
It says live, but I imagine if you brought it in dead, you could probably still argue that you get like a portion of the purse.
You could say that he was maybe in the trap living when you like went to go and get him, but then during the chaos and the struggle, you just had to shoot him. Personally, I would
Yeah.
shoot Bigfoot.
Wait, you would kill if you came across a Bigfoot, you'd kill
Oh,
Bigfoot?
I'd shoot Bigfoot dead, yeah.
Why?
Because I want to be the person who brings in a dead Bigfoot as like real evidence that they exist.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like, how much of a badass would you be if you just walked in holding Bigfoot's decapitated hair, like head, just
Yeah.
holding him by his hair, blood just,
Hmm.
well, dried up, like on his neck. You just throw it on the desk and be like, "Where's my money?"
Bitch. Yeah.
You'd be like that bounty hunter in Raising Arizona,
Oh
just
my
like
god.
cigarette
Maybe
out of your
that's the
mouth, just be
film.
like, "Bam."
That's the film I'm gonna watch tonight. I love Raising Arizona.
So Humphrey says a lot of people don't believe in Bigfoot, but a lot of people do. And he said that these licenses would be regulated by the Oklahoma Wildlife Conservation Commission, and there'd be set dates for hunting the mythical creature, just as there are for other wildlife. So
Okay.
there's like a period where you can go legally in the woods and go kill Bigfoot. I feel like this could be a potentially dangerous thing for people to go out in the woods and you're able to shoot like a tall, hairy looking thing. Because there's a lot of big, hairy looking men. Like, what if one of the guys from ZZ Top was just happened to be like camping with his family, you know?
Yeah, he's a prime target. So if you're like a big bearded burly man, don't go into the woods during Bigfoot
During,
hunting
yeah,
days.
Bigfoot hunting
Yeah.
season. Like, you
Stay the
probably want
hell
to stay
away.
away.
Yeah.
It's like, I imagine a lot of bears in San Francisco probably should stay away from that area.
I imagine
Because
they are
Bigfoot's
also
like
not
what? Like,
hiking.
is Bigfoot like 7 foot tall? Is that what he is?
See, right. Whenever I just think of Bigfoot, I just think of Harry and the Hendersons. That's exactly how I imagine Bigfoot.
Well, how tall was Harry?
Oh, he's huge. He's like 9 foot, isn't he?
Oh, okay. He's that big. All right.
He's massive, but he's very, he's a friendly. He makes them breakfast.
Well, if Shaquille O'Neal had a beard and was wearing
That's
like, a black coat or a fur coat or
yeah.
something walking around the woods.
Don't do
you
it,
could-
Shaquille. Don't do it, Shaq. You'll die.
Humphrey said, I've been in the woods my whole life and I've never seen a sign of Bigfoot. Although I might not have heard of Bigfoot, I know some people that guarantee 100% that they've had experience with Bigfoot. So I know there are people out there that you will not convince that Bigfoot doesn't exist.
Mhm.
So there are some people. I mean, it sounds silly. However, if you think about it, this is more of a gambit, I think, to attract tourists and visitors to come to the state, because they say like once you apply for the license, you get this official Bigfoot hunting license thing that you can like
Nice.
a certificate you can frame on the wall.
Okay.
And then, yeah, they say there's a $25,000 bounty for anyone who successfully snags the creature. But I guarantee you get some money if you brought its decapitated head and just threw it down on the ground.
Yeah, why I'm curious as to why they want him alive. Do they want to do like animal testing on him? Do
Probably
they want
to
to
get
wash
his
his
sperm.
hair? Yeah, and what? So they can then impregnate a woman and create more big feets.
But so if so if you were in the wild, you would do this, you would go shoot a Bigfoot?
If I was in a situation where I had to kill a Bigfoot, I would kill it. But I'm not going to deliberately go out. I don't go into the woods. I don't go hiking. I don't do any of that bullshit. I'm not going to go out my way to find fucking Bigfoot because I just won't find him. I'm too lazy for that.
Well, that's the thing. If I came across a creature like Bigfoot or a creature, any kind of like cryptid type creature, like a
Yeah, like
chupacabra
Mothman or something.
or Mothman or a fucking gnome or whatever, my first instinct wouldn't be to kill it.
No,
And
that's mine. Kill him.
that would be my, I mean, I'm probably not going to try to be friends with it,
Mhm.
but I would probably want to like take a picture and be like, wow, check out this fucking thing. There's a fucking elf.
No one's
in
gonna
the
believe your
woods.
picture. No one's gonna believe it. You've got to kill them. And plus, you know, Mothman's quite evil, so you'd be doing the world a favor killing Mothman. I would kill Mothman instantly.
Well, I came across this documentary, Dead
Yes.
Bigfoot, a true story, by the director is named Ro Sahibi. And yeah, the documentary is basically about a hunter named Justin Smeha who went out. This is like in 2010. He shot and he killed, well, he claims he killed a Bigfoot. He claims he shot an adult Bigfoot that ran away, and then he killed two juvenile Bigfoots, and in the Sierras. And so, I mean, the guy even took a polygraph in the film and say he did it. So Ro Sahibi, who was an aspiring documentarian, he came across this guy, and then he went out. They went out hunting on an expedition to find the Bigfoot that this guy supposedly killed. Um, there's a lot of spurious information in this documentary. I mean, I watched it. I would like to think that the guy did come across a Bigfoot. He sounds very sincere. He did
He
take a
believes it.
polygraph.
Yeah.
He definitely believes it. But the fact of the matter is, where's the body?
Hmm.
So I ended up contacting Roe, and I was asking him to come on the show and talk about his documentary, Dead Bigfoot, A True Story, as well as the TV series he was on Spike called $10 Million Bigfoot Bounty, which was hosted by Dean Cain,
Amazing.
Superman. Yeah,
Yeah.
so he was actually competed against other teams looking for traces of Bigfoot, and he and this Justin guy were one of the teams. And so, yeah, he came on the show and he was chatting with us about that. So let's play the interview. So yeah, people who are listening on the live stream, you guys are actually going to have to download the audio episode to hear the interview. But the guy was kind of cool. It was a good interview.
Yeah, I really liked him. He's very affable. The documentary as well is on YouTube if you want to watch it.
Oh yeah. You can watch the whole documentary on YouTube. It's free. I think I don't know when they put it up, but I mean the thing is, there's a lot when you watch it. You're just like, I don't know if I buy this.
Cheers.
Anyway, so what do you think, Kate? Do you think Justin really killed the Bigfoot?
I think he believes he does. Definitely. I just say until there is like scientific proof of the fucker, I'm just always going to be in disbelief about it. I just don't understand how like they can be 9-foot hairy beasts and we've
running around, especially in this day and age.
Yeah,
with the technology we have in this day and age, like infrared technology and drones, you'd think we would have found one or at least some kind of evidence of one.
Yeah, proper evidence.
But the thing is with this guy, you fucking kill a Bigfoot, you don't bring the body in, chop up its fucking hand or its dick or something.
Yeah.
It's like bringing something.
Chop up its dick.
But the thing is with this guy's story, it's like, yeah, we're driving around hunting deer and we see this creature and two Bigfoots playing. And I just grabbed my gun and fucking shot it.
It's so American. It's very American. Well, I just grabbed my gun, you see, and I just shot him.
Well, I think that's the shoot first, ask questions later. That's the American mantra. But if you met a Bigfoot in the wild, especially like a friendly Bigfoot, like you met a Bigfoot, he comes up to you and he was just like, I don't know, they speak like Chewbacca, I'm assuming. And then he took you to his cave and he cooked you lamb kebabs and he got drunk on Bigfoot moonshine. Would you have sex with it?
How drunk?
Moonshine's pretty strong. I don't know what proof it is. It's like 150
I'd probably
proof.
give him a handy.
You give it a handy just for the story?
Yeah, why not? I've definitely slept with worse people. I'd give Bigfoot a little handy. I'd help him. I would be interested to see the color of his cum.
You'd want to see if it was like different color than
I bet Bigfoot comes like a horse. Like I bet it's just buckets of watery cum.
Would you swallow or would you
I think there'd be too much cum for me to like swallow. I think I would give him a handy, but I'm not necessarily saying that I would swallow the cum. Like he can come into a sock. Oh, he doesn't have socks. He can come onto his cave wall.
Well, maybe one day you'll get your birthday wish and you can give a hand job to a Bigfoot. People, this is episode 779 here, Sick and Wrong. We have some news stories coming up next and some phone calls a little later in the show. But first, here's a word about our Patreon page. All right. Yeah, people go check out that documentary. That guy was cool. My favorite part about it is that was like his claim to fame. It was obviously Joe Rogan who gave that guy a huge boost.
Yes.
I was lucky to know people, but I thought it was funny that he does a documentary, comes on YouTube, and then he's on that $10 Million Bounty show, and then he's on fucking Bret Michaels' show making a Bigfoot like RV.
I had absolutely no idea that Bret Michaels is into that.
Well, I didn't even know Bret Michaels was doing like a Pimp My Ride type show. Like, do you remember that?
No, is that new?
No, this is back in the day when this guy did all that stuff.
Oh, right. Is that the premise? The premise of the show. Is that
what was his vodka? Do you remember?
Oh, God, no.
I forget now.
It sounded good. It was Swiss, wasn't it?
No, it's Austrian.
Austrian, sorry, Austrian. Nah, next door to
Let me
each other,
see.
aren't they? Close enough.
Neft, Neft
Neft.
vodka.
Neft
Yeah.
vodka. That's his vodka brand.
All right, I'll Austrian vodka Neft. But yeah, I still find it just kind of odd that this dude would claim to kill a Bigfoot, but yet offer no evidence.
Yeah, but
You
I
know?
definitely do think that he believes that he did it. I think he's very genuine in his belief. I don't think
Well, then he was like,
he's
I was
pulling
scared to get
anyone's
caught.
leg. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. All right, you ready?
Of course.
So, the first news story we have here has to do with a man who was charged with murder and detonating homemade bombs in a Minnesota clinic.
Well, Minnesota, eh?
Spree killer, this guy. Formal charges of murder and attempted murder were filed against Gregory Ulrich, the suspected gunman in a deadly shooting this past week at a Lina clinic in Buffalo, Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo, Minnesota. Not sure where that is, but I imagine it's very cold there.
Yes, it's snow half the year, and then the other half of the year is mosquitoes. That's
Yeah, it gets fucking hot Midwestern summer. Mm-hmm. According to the criminal complaint, Ulrich just walked into a Lina clinic crossroads just before 11 a.m. this past Tuesday, and he opened fire moments after staff asked if they could help him. First, he shot 2 people in the reception area. Then he shot a third person in the back as they tried to run away.
Oh, wow.
The thing is with spree shooters, you got to be a person who plans in advance, because you can't just like spur of the moment be like, I'm going to go shoot up this place, because how do you know how many people would be there?
I think spree killers definitely fall into 2 categories. There are the ones that plan it, who are going to make a spectacle of it. But then there are definitely those who are like, right, that's it. And they just go outside with their guns.
Like people are going to die and just start. But the people that are spontaneous about it, you're not going to have a high body count. I mean, it's variable. You have no idea how many people are going to be in the area. So you take out a couple and then the cops come or someone else takes you out with a gun. Whereas if you planned it, like the guy, for example, that shot up the country music festival in Vegas, he knew there were going to be a lot of people in a small, not a small space, but in a congregated in a specific area. So he's like, yeah, I'm going to plan out for maximum casualties. He's a planner, probably planned out like I'm going to have X amount of weapons, as much ammunition, these much, rounds and bombs or whatever. It's like you gotta have a plan. You gotta have a plan if you're going to be a spree shooter, or you're going to be unsuccessful. I think this guy is kind of borderline. He had a plan. I don't think it went all that well because he only really killed. Well, we'll get to it. There's a 4th victim who shot 6 times. Bullets struck their chest, abdomen, back, and arms, and a 5th victim was shot in the abdomen with a bullet hitting their liver and spine. Responding officers and clinic staff quickly rendered aid to the victims. Hopefully, they didn't give them AIDS.
Whoops, that's backwards rendering help.
It's like I don't want that kind of rendering.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about that. It's got to be convenient to be shot in a hospital. If you're gonna
right there.
Yeah, if you can get shot anywhere, it's like you got to, it's like your car breaking down at a gas station.
Yeah.
It's convenient. One of the victims who was shot in the spine did end up dying this past week. Another was discharged from Twin Cities Hospital. The 3 other victims are recovering, and the 5th victim is in fair condition and is expected to recover. So if you think about it, this guy is not a very successful spree shooter. One death.
Just 1 death. Out of what was the other 6 others?
Yeah, 6 people.
Yeah, 6, 5. Could have been 6 deaths. Then that would have been successful.
Maybe, or you could have planned like a time when it would be really busy at the hospital and then go in there and like get like 20.
You could just say he's just not a good shot.
I think he's probably not a good shot. I think maybe that's part of it. I think it's also he just didn't plan for a very optimal time. Like it sounds like he did in the morning, 11 a.m., but maybe like people are on lunch then. Maybe people eat lunch at 11 a.m. at this hospital. He should have like scoped it out, been like, wow, this is really busy at 2 p.m.
He should also have just like, I would have walked through the hospital into like different departments. He should have gone down the children's ward. That's where you're gonna get a high
Well,
body count.
if you want to be notorious, if you want to be like an infamous spree
Well, no, I
shooter, go
mean
kill a
because
bunch of
like,
kids.
yeah, kids are gonna be too scared to run away, so you can kill them. But the kids are all gonna have their families there, so you can just be like, bang, bang, bang.
Why don't you do the families a favor and go to the coma ward?
And that
It's
ward
like
too.
just wipe them
And
all
then,
out. Families get the life insurance money.
mhm,
People aren't going to have to be on life support. Just do everyone a favor.
go down the octogenarian ward as well, and just like do the world a favor, and just get rid of them.
Kate hates old people. I don't know if you know this, but Jews and old people. She just doesn't like either one. And Jewish old people, come
Oh
on.
my god, yeah, they're my number one enemy.
Um, the deceased victim is 37-year-old Lindsay Overbay, a medical assistant at the clinic, not even a full nurse, and a mother of 2 young children. It's tragic.
See, again, that's my worst nightmare. I've said it a few times now. Being killed at work or on your way to work or after work. Worst nightmare.
Well, but when are you going to get killed? I mean, aren't you usually on your way to work or at
Like,
work or after
well,
work?
yeah. Can I not be killed, like, on fucking holiday so I never have to return? Can I not have that? Can I not be killed in like a glamorous jet skiing accident where like
God.
James Bond smashes into me and I'm just collateral damage? I would much rather have that than be killed at work. Because
You're at work. Yeah,
you're
well,
at
getting killed at
work.
work sucks.
No one wants to fucking be at work, mate. Like, I don't want to be killed here at a place that I don't want to fucking
That you don't even
be.
want to be at.
Yeah, and I don't want to fucking be killed after a 12-hour shift, and I don't want to be killed before going to a 12-hour shift. I want James Bond to kill me on a water ski.
A spree shooter maybe in a porn theater wouldn't be that bad because you're doing something you love.
That's a good,
Something
that's
you
also a
enjoy.
good death. But
Yeah.
if you're a spree killer shooting up a porn theater, you're a fucking asshole. That's worse than a hospital.
And you're probably not going to have a high body count there either. Well, maybe it depends on depends on what city you're in.
I was going to say it also depends on how far along the meander are, because they will expel the sperms and that it dies. That is part of the body count. So then that's into the
You're saying
millions.
the sperm on the floor.
Oh yeah, you should count
Spilled.
that as part of the bodies, definitely.
I don't think that counts.
Well,
You count
yeah.
this. You don't think an aborted, like a baby that's an abortion, that's not life, but the spilled sperm is they're considered lives?
Well, that spilled sperm could have gone in some good woman or good man's mouth, and it's just a waste of good sperm, isn't it?
You have a fucked up worldview, Kate Rambo. So during this shooting, Ulrich set off 2 improvised explosive devices, which investigators say he made using black powder encased in a cylinder structure with a fuse. A third such device was found in a briefcase. He had a bomb briefcase, which he brought to the hospital along with a handgun that he wasn't allowed to carry. Guy shouldn't even probably had a handgun anyway. And there was a 4th undetonated bomb that was found right inside the clinic. So this guy was kind of like the Columbine kids. He was bringing in bombs.
Well, he's shit at shooting, and he's obviously shit at building bombs if the bombs didn't kill anyone.
I do like the briefcase bomb, but if you think about it,
but
if you're going into a hospital, you think you'd use like a teddy bear bomb.
Oh, that's even better.
Maybe
I like that.
Put one in a Mylar balloon or something.
I was going to say you could maybe put some like hydrogen in some balloons, make them fly, and just set fire to them. Boom, there goes the kids ward. Done.
Yeah, or have like I don't know, whatever the weight that's holding the balloon down, have that be the bomb. Have the hydrogen in the balloon.
Oh.
And you could actually, I mean, I think this guy could have taken a couple tips from the Joker, if he really wanted to get a higher body count. But once again, I think he's a pretty shitty spree killer. So one of the bombs did explode near the clinic's main door, shattering glass and blowing a large hole through the metal frame. The second bomb exploded near a desk in the clinic, causing what the complaint describes as significant damage. He then used his gun to shoot out the windows in the building's lobby. Doesn't really specify if he was shooting at victims at that time or if he was just like damaging property.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so the guy ended up, he was dropped off at the hospital at around 11 a.m. I wonder who dropped him off, but a vehicle dropped him off at the hospital around 11 a.m.
Uber.
And then he went in and started shooting. So around 10:52, he went in to start shooting. At 10:58, 6 minutes later, he called authorities himself saying he would surrender.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was he
And
bored by
so
that point? 6 minutes
six
in.
minutes later, yeah.
Yeah.
Police used a squad
No
car to shield
stamina.
themselves as they approached the clinic. And inside, they found him already lying face down with his arms stretched out. What a pussy.
This guy is a pussy. I mean, do you
What
know
a
what?
pussy.
Bring back the old days of the shooters and the spree killers that would go on rampages for days. Like, Raoul Moat over here, he went on the lam for like a week. I want that
How'd
energy
they catch
back.
him? Would they come out with guns blazing, death by cop?
He actually did die by cop, Raoul Moat. He got tasered to death.
Tasered to death when he had
He
a heart
got
attack or
tasered.
something?
Yeah, he had a heart attack. But I mean, he was hiding out in forests. Paul Gascoigne Gazzo was bringing him cans of Stella. I want that energy from spree killers. I don't want them to be like 6 minutes. Like, oh, you can't get any pleasure in 6 minutes. Like, you're
Yeah,
barely getting
6 minutes.
going. Yeah.
I know that was it. This guy blew his load in 6 minutes, killed or didn't kill one person, shot six
Mm,
people, detonated a couple bombs, and did some structural damage to a door. Like,
yeah.
what a pussy. And then he calls police and surrenders. It's like, dude, just go out with guns blazing and at least die an honorable death.
At least like stalk the hospital hallways, just taking pot shots. Like, come on.
Yeah. God,
Yeah.
I was reading this guy, I was like so disappointed. So after he surrendered, police searched his Buffalo mobile home where he
Surprise,
lived.
surprise.
Mobile home park.
Hmm.
And also a Super 8 motel where he'd been recently living. They found ammunition and a pound of gunpowder, which is consistent with the type used in the homemade bombs. That's why I never stay at like a Super 8. I don't know if you guys have places like that there, but
No, we have like called like God, what they called on the continent. First ones are Formula ones, which are really budget hotels, and they're just the pits.
yeah, Super 8 motels are always gnarly. It's always
Yeah.
insane transients, prostitutes, and meth cooks. Like people who don't stay there overnight. They stay there, weeks on end because that's where they live. You don't want to you don't want to be the next person to stay in that room after that.
Mm.
When I lived in the Tenderloin, there was a travel lodge that was right down the street from my disgusting apartment. It was my first apartment in the Loin. We used to call it the Tranny Lodge.
Yeah.
And it was like only trans hookers that would be in that place. And it was known for that. Like you can go there pretty much anytime and just find a trans hooker that was standing outside and she'd take you up to her room that she rented for the night and you can go bang them. And it was just, so we all called it the Tranny Lodge. And then, the other day, well, not the other day, but last time I was in San Francisco, I went by and they completely renovated the Tranny Lodge into like a new travel lodge and they like rebranded it. But you know what happened in those rooms.
Still a tranny lodge. Once a tranny lodge, still a tranny lodge. There's a good
I don't think you could clean it enough. I really don't think you could.
Yeah, they don't make bleach strong enough. There's a good YouTuber called Dan Bell, and he does this series called like Another Dirty Room, where he goes all over America finding the hotels just like Tranny Lodge. And
Did you stay there?
He rents the room out and they like do a deep investigation of the room and like see if the like look for bed bugs and they do all that stuff. They're very entertaining.
God, just get a black light.
That's
how
what they
disgusted they are by the
that's
fucking room.
You could not handle it. You would be screaming.
No, I'm such a germaphobe for that. So police looked at his phone. They found a video of him rambling about the clinic and referencing his plans to attack. He had a particular grudge against one doctor and even made a homemade sign that he had outside of his trailer that called the professional a quack. This is according to his former roommate, who's my favorite part of the story, Raymond Zastra. Raymond, who's like, hey, he didn't like the doctors, because they wouldn't give him all the painkillers he wanted. They give him a month's supply and be gone in a few days, Zastra lived with Ulrich in his trailer for 2 years. Could you imagine living with this fucking nutter for 2 years?
And like you're not in a sexual relationship either, and you're both living in a trailer together.
In a trailer, yeah.
Oh my word.
Well, I think I think these guys are probably on disability. They're probably so poor.
Well,
this is your last option.
Definitely addicted to opiates, aren't they?
The former roommate said Ulrich was often high on painkillers and was seen sniffing glue, smoking marijuana, drinking excessively, and would just spend all day sitting on the couch high. He probably never did the dishes.
Oh, can you imagine? So, where would you rather stay? Would you rather stay at the tranny lodge or would you rather stay on the couch in this trailer?
Oh, that's a tough choice. God,
Mm.
I imagine both would have equal levels of cum.
I'm kind of going with the
I think I
tranny
might be
lodge.
steering towards the tranny
Yeah,
lodge.
I'm going with the tranny lodge.
Probably more fun at the tranny lodge.
Yeah.
A year ago, Zastra said he saw a letter that Ulrich received that granted him permission to carry a weapon, even though local cops always called him a whack job. So he was known amongst local cops as being a whack job, yet he got permission to carry a handgun. He showed me the new handgun he got, and I said, geez, you shouldn't have a gun.
What you doing with that, eh? Put that down.
Put that down, eh? You should
Yeah.
have a gun.
Ooh, cheese and
Um,
crackers. Yeah.
Throughout 2020, Ulrich had a number of domestic disputes involving his roommates. So this guy had like a revolving door roommates that lived in his trailer. I don't know who. I mean, whatever. I guess I'm not at that socioeconomic level that I have to go live as a roommate in someone's
For this
trailer.
guy, yes.
I'm just gonna snuff it when I get to that point. That I even have to be a roommate of somebody in a fucking trailer.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm fine with having my own trailer, but like the lowest of the low is when you have to be a roommate of a guy in a
in
trailer.
in
Like
someone's
you're not
trailer.
stopping either. Oh.
um, yeah, even then, I think I'd still snuff it just out of shame. Um, he had one roommate who told cops that she was frightened of him, mainly because he kept forgetting whether or not he was allowing someone to stay with him. So he would just come and knock on her door with a gun, being like, "Who are you?"
Yeah. Okay,
So,
this guy is
yeah, I
totally
mean,
stable. He's a good guy. I like this
I
guy.
mean, it's got to be frightening to live with a heavily armed roommate addicted to opiates who forgets from time to time that you actually live with him.
Yes. Yeah,
You know,
no,
it's got
it'd
to
be
be
totally fine.
terrifying. Ulrich was well known to the police department and had a history of conflict with incidents dating back to 2003. He'd been arrested for drunk driving, possession of marijuana, two convictions for gross misdemeanor drunk driving that resulted in jail time. And Zastra said police responded to their home more than a dozen times when he lived with Ulrich for those 2 years, and they knew him as nothing but trouble. I like this guy, neighbor Bob Taylor, and said Ulrich was not well liked in the trailer park where everybody knew everyone. He was creepy, gave you dirty looks all the time, and he had a blank stare all the time. So, I got to say, though, in Ulrich's defense, probably a lot of people in the trailer park have blank stares. I mean, I think it's kind of
Yes.
par for the course.
Mm-hmm. The dead eyes of the trailer park
The
boys.
yeah, the dead-eyed residents of the trailer park. Ulrich also sent a disturbing letter to Zion Lutheran Church in Buffalo, Minnesota in 2019. Pastor Ted went to the police and informed them of this disturbing letter he received from Greg Ulrich, and they issued a no trespassing order the next day. And staff at the church had been given a picture of Mr. Ulrich and informed them to call 911. They were informed to call 911 if he appears on any property of the church.
Oh wow.
So yeah,
This.
he was known as a troublemaker, ne'er do well,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
local nut job. So not surprised that he eventually would shoot up a hospital, but
Not at all.
very unsuccessful spree shooter.
So he's not even like shooting up the hospital to try and get to like the prescription drugs, which he clearly is addicted to.
Well, I think he was upset because they cut him off
I know,
of
but
his
like,
prescription drugs.
wouldn't you be like, all I have to do is go down to the pharmacy with like a balaclava on, point a gun at them, and say, "Give me all the downers, boys," and then they'll give you a big bag of the downers, and you can just walk out of there,
Like a drugstore cowboy kind of thing.
yeah.
Yeah, you'd think the first place he'd shoot up would be the pharmacists that aren't giving him the medication he wants.
Yeah. Other than like what the reception area.
That's what I'm saying. He's like a poor excuse for a spree shooter, if I've ever seen one. Anyway, what do you have here for the second story?
For the second story of the show, I have a New Jersey corrections officer admits to killing 2 women. Have you ever been to New Jersey?
I've been to New Jersey, unfortunately, several times.
Okay.
Usually in Newark at the wretched airport they have
Oh,
there.
yeah, that doesn't count. So this is
Yeah.
a tragic tale, D. It's a tragic tale of a Kyle losing his cool Although, does
which
Kyle?
happens from time to
It
time.
does happen. I don't believe that a Kyle has his cool to begin with. But anyways, a New Jersey corrections officer gunned down his older girlfriend and her female buddy, saying he killed them because he was mad that his girlfriend wasn't returning his calls.
Ooh.
And that's
So
it.
this Kyle was Kyle
Yeah.
murdered them because she was ghosting him?
You'll soon find out. So the suspect, a John P. Menendez, like the Menendez brothers,
The Menendez
who's
brothers, yeah.
who is 23, he told the hoagie eating cops, "I killed both of them. Just arrest me, bro." That's how I imagine he speaks. Probably
he
even might have a more New Jersey accent, but I want him to just be a Kyle bro dude.
he just went up to a cop and was just like, "Hey, just arrest me, bro. I killed both of them."
I killed both of them, bro. Arrest me, bro.
Was he? Did he just murder? Like, where did this murder occur?
So this guy, he was charged this week. He had 2 counts of murder, weapons offenses in the slayings of these 2 women. So like his girlfriend is a 40-year-old woman, and she is called Anna Spielberg.
How old's a Kyle?
Kyle's 23.
Oh, he's 23.
Yeah,
23 and he's dating a 40-year-old woman.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a cougar.
And her buddy, her best friend, was called Louisa Shinkravenskaya, and she was also 40. So
also 40.
What was happening were, they're not from here, right? They're from the Ukraine. They'd gone home.
Okay, Russians.
Yeah, they'd gone
Ukrainians.
home to have a good time, to maybe see their families,
drink some
just
vodka,
chill out, to drink some vodka, go back to the mother country, and
some
just
sex
see
trafficking.
Our families. Maybe they are too old to be sex trafficked.
Oh yeah, at 40. Although sometimes actually Ukrainian women, usually like in their 20s, beautiful. I think it's around 35. All of a sudden they kind of like transform into like Olgas,
into babushkas.
Yeah, babushkas.
Babushkas.
Too much vodka.
So he was annoyed that his girlfriend, Anna, she's over in the Ukraine. She's there with her friend Louisa. They're having great fucking time. And she's ignoring his calls, right? Maybe she's not ignoring them. She's just like, they're probably 10 hours ahead.
Yeah, but that's what happens though when you date a 23-year-old dude. It's like, you're dating this immature idiot. He probably likes Ultimate Fighting and Joe Rogan, and it's like that's probably what he watches. It's probably what it's his entertainment. It's like, what does she expect? Like, this guy's like, who the fuck you talking to? He's probably all pissed off about it.
You fucking answer my messages, bitch. So he was coming to pick them both up from the airport. And yeah, they definitely met him, and they also met his 9mm Glock pistol.
And so wait, he didn't even like at least bring her home and score first?
No, is that what you'd have done before you shot her?
I'm just saying, but I mean, it's like he probably hadn't been laid in like a week and a half. He might as well at least do some makeup sex and then kill her.
No, he picked her up and he took the cops to his Mercedes-Benz, and she was dead in the passenger seat. Gunshot wound to the head.
He shot her in the car.
In the car, in the head.
God, this guy's a moron. So now he shoots her in the car, doesn't even get laid. Shoots her in the car, and now there's like blood all over the car.
Yeah, and a Mercedes-Benz. So
and his Benz car. Too. God, yeah. How does this guy from Jersey afford this Benz?
He told a police officer that he'd lost it and he killed them. I just lost it, bro. I fucking killed them, bro. He's so upset that his girlfriend went on vacation.
Have you ever dated?
It comes down to.
Have you ever dated a guy like this, like a jealous guy that was like you had to answer like where
my God,
your whereabouts are?
No, I do not put up
like a possessive like bro.
That. No, no, never. And I don't understand why anyone, if as soon as like your partner is like, where you at, bitch? I'd be like, I'm gonna be where I'm at. Goodbye. That's all you have to say.
Like, do you have any friends that date guys like this?
No, I'm not really that part of the world. Like,
yeah, I don't. I was thinking about this.
We're all goths. We're all like nice to each other. All me and my mates. I don't need a.
Well, I was thinking about this. I don't know any guys that would even act like this. Like,
yeah.
And if I did, I mean, I'd be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, bro?"
Yeah, yeah, bro. Don't speak to your bitch like that, bro.
But I mean, yeah, obviously he's immature, but I mean, I think there's also something
Very.
like psychologically wrong about this guy being that controlling.
Well, he'd said he told the police that he wanted text videos as proof of where she was.
Wait, he wanted her to like, wow, I wonder where he thought she was.
Yeah, she's like on holiday. Like, don't be expecting, let her have a good time. Maybe you'll see the pictures when she comes back with presents. She'll come back with duty-free vodka from the
Yeah.
Ukraine. Like, that's a
I mean,
great present to be
maybe
returned
you'll
to.
get like every other day, like oh hey, having fun. Here's a
Yeah.
selfie of me in a bikini. I mean, that'd be fine. I don't, proof of life photo. I'm cool with that. I don't want like if I was dating someone and she went away on holiday for 2 weeks, I want to hear from her maybe at least twice during that time.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting a phone call. I'm expecting like a proof of life like photo, like or a text being like, hey, having a good time. How you doing? You
Yeah.
know, I don't want,
Mm.
her to go away for a couple weeks and not do that. But it sounds like this guy wanted her to check in with him, what, every half an hour?
It sounds like it. Apparently, he
Yeah.
has a past of believing, of like, saying to his former girlfriends that he wants them to
To like
check
check
in on
in.
him. Check in on me, bitch.
Oh, great.
Yeah. He's a stand-up guy. I'm gonna go to dinner with this Kyle. We're gonna
So
go and
what? So
get
what
some.
happened? Did he get arrested? I'm
Oh yeah,
assuming.
yeah. It's an open and shut case, isn't it? So at the minute he's being held without bond. So that says a lot at the Essex County Jail in New Jersey. Nobody knows if he has a lawyer, how he's gonna plead, but he's gonna be eating prison sloppy joes for quite some time, I do believe. I think that's his future. He's eating.
Sloppy Joe's in prison. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I think he's probably gonna get punked out in prison, acting like that. Maybe he'll be a tough guy. Maybe he'll punk someone else out and
This
demand that they check in with him
I don't
every
think
5 minutes.
Kyle's go down well in prison, do they?
You know, the
I think
Kyle's fare well in prison.
no. I think Kyle's get fucked with in prison.
I wonder if Kyle's like when you get in prison, like how like black people hang with black people, Mexican people hang with Mexican people, Jews
Kyle's
hang
hang
with
with
Jews. Do you think
Kyle's.
Kyle's hang with Kyle's?
Yeah, all the Jews that are in prison right now. Or like two
Yeah,
of
we
you
all
that are there on embezzlement fraud charges. Hey.
we all stick together,
Yeah.
with our Jew
Well, you
tattoos.
do. You do.
That's what we gotta do. Yeah, what a dick. Fuck this guy.
Yeah, fuck him.
What
Is
did
he out of these two? So we've had the trailer park spree killer, who's obviously got big brains, and now we have Kyle, who has big brains. Which one should I date?
God for your birthday date? I don't
Yeah,
know.
which one's gonna take me out
I
for like
would
a nice
I would
hoagie
probably
dinner?
say, even though you might get, knocked around a bit, I would say the Kyle, because at least he's driving a Mercedes Benz. The guy
That's
that I
true.
did the story about had to take like a bus to the hospital to shoot up. What are you gonna like?
Okay,
What are you gonna sniff some glue with him on his couch?
Kyle it is. Kyle is gonna take
Yeah,
me on a nice Italian dinner date.
you might get slapped if you give him
I
some
probably,
back
yeah,
sass.
well, that's obviously gonna happen, isn't
So
it?
yeah,
Yeah.
but
Slapping
anyway,
is in my future.
people send your stories, sigmaronpodcast@gmail.com. Some phone calls come up next. We still have a couple virginity losing stories
Nice.
to get out of the way. 323-522-4032 is that number. Before we get to our first call, though, here's a word from Adam and Eve. God, can you hear my fucking cat?
I thought I could.
Oh, I
Yeah.
want to fucking kick him. That
Yeah.
cat's
It's
so
very
fucking
low
annoying.
though. It's low. But I
Oh,
thought I
he's
could
so
hear him.
fucking annoying. I'm like, have half of mine right now
To
to
chuck him
scare the
out the
shit out
window.
of him, or just like maybe just ignore him and
Has
hopefully
he
just
not?
like,
He's stopped now, has he not?
I think he's realized I'm not going to come let him out.
Yeah.
But he was like fucking with the doorknob. He was crying, acting like a
Yeah, I
total
heard him.
cunt.
I heard him crying, but it was very low. I think no one else could probably hear it.
You know, I was reading, let's see. I want to see even check see the live chat here. Um I wonder, oh wow, check it out. Ben says that there's a Bigfoot search team in his town.
Yeah, I saw that. I asked him if he's ever been on it. He didn't say anything.
Yeah, I wonder, like, do you ever go on the Bigfoot search with them? I'd
I
like to know.
would.
Yeah.
I would
Fuck it. Why
definitely.
not? Why not go out and
Although
check
I
it
do
out?
despise going out into nature and into the woods and all that fucking bullshit. For like something like Bigfoot, yeah, I'd go for that.
Tom, I was going for more of a Canadian thing because Minnesota is close to Canada, but I'm terrible at accents. That's kind of
Oh
like what I try
my.
to do.
Yeah, but I'm terrible at accents. Doesn't stop me.
You can't do can you do a Minnesota accent? Kate, actually listen to Kate doing American accents.
A Minnesota accent, eh? Oh my. Cheese and crackers. If I watch
Oh geez.
Fargo, oh jeez, oh jeez, oh my. Hello there. I get if I watch Fargo, like I can do it then. I'm fucking better than Ewan McGregor in the third season. That's for sure.
Oh yeah,
He's
he was terrible.
he's awful.
I loved in the movie William H. Macy.
Yeah,
He had such a great. I mean,
he's
he's
great.
also got like one of those like really tragic looking faces. Like he's just so
Hmm.
tragic. That hangdog
I was
expression
gonna
that
say
William
he
H.
always
Macy
looks like a
has.
kicked puppy, doesn't he?
Yeah, he always
Hmm.
kind of has that, and he just. But you remember? Do you remember his character in fucking what's that movie? I'm blanking on it right now. About the porn star, '70s porn movie.
Crane, Crane.
No, no, no. That's autofocus of Bob Crane.
Yeah, yeah.
What the fuck? Boogie Nights.
Oh, Boogie Nights. Oh yeah, he's
Do you remember
great.
his character? And
Boogie Nights is awesome.
his wife would just
Mm.
fuck dudes, and
Yeah,
he came home from work, and she's just fucking some dude in the driveway. Bunch of people are hanging out watching.
great food movie.
Yeah,
He
he ends up
kills
like
kills her
murdering.
and then kills himself.
Yeah, and he kills the guy too.
Mm.
Yeah, it's great. But his voice and his accent in Fargo was the
Fargo.
best.
Aye.
Oh
It's
geez.
oh geez, oh my.
You know,
Yeah.
I told you about the true coat. You know, the
True.
true coat.
I haven't watched the movie Fargo in quite some time, but I love the first two series of the
Oh,
telly
the
show.
series is great with fucking Billy
Unfortunately,
Bob
I didn't
Thornton.
like the third one at all, and the fourth one I just like lost interest in
I
it.
can't I can't remember what happened in the third one.
It's crap. It's the Ewan McGregor one. There's like aliens and like it's just shite. Oh no, the
Oh, it was
aliens are
just
in the
shit.
second one, I think. Yeah, I can't remember, but Ewan McGregor really, really lets the team down, lets the side down badly.
Yeah, I don't even remember that one. And the last one with Chris Rock is like,
I just got
kind of
bored.
boring.
It was just so boring. But the first two were fucking great, great
Yeah,
pieces of
I'm trying to
telly.
think. So Billy Bob was the antagonist in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the antagonist in the
Sexy,
second?
sexy Billy fucking Bob. The second one, oh, I was about to say, the second one is Kirsten Dunst, isn't it? No, it's the
Yeah, but
second one
who's
is Ted Danson, and
Ted Danson?
it's that family.
Oh, okay, that
Yeah,
owned the diner.
yeah, yeah.
So
No,
is
no, no. That's where they do the murder in the diner, and then it's all about it's kind of like turf wars. The second one, and it's that family going at war with another family.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
forgot about that
there's
one.
a lot more elements, and yeah, because the first one's Kirsten Dunst and Billy Bob Thornton.
The movie though is better than the series. Although they kind of tied the series into the movie a bit, a
Yeah,
couple
they do
spots.
in little bits.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
good.
should. I'm gonna watch that again. But yeah, I'm not good with accents. Can you? So do a Minnesota accent.
Hello, I. Oh no, that was a bit wrong there. Cheese and crackers. Oh geez, oh my. Oh geez, oh my.
It's not working.
Hello.
Can you do New York?
Well, what fucking part of New York do you want me to do? There's five fucking boroughs. This is my tough street,
That's
New
not too
York.
bad.
This is
That's
I've
not too
got a
bad.
fucking knife. Getcha.
You are better at doing different regional English accents.
I tr- I'm not English. I'm not
Do
good
you
at
do an
doing.
Irish accent?
You see, I can do. Oh, hello there. How's it going? I can do a bit of Irish. I can do like the north and the south. This is a bit more generic. Hello, did hi. Irish.
Look at this guy that's commenting. What happened to Harrison? Dude, where have
Well,
you been?
so like Harrison had so like I used to be Harrison. My hair plugs just grew really fast, and then I decided that I was a woman, and ever since then I've been on estrogen. I am Harrison.
So
I've transcended.
Harrison got hair plugs in August. He after the hair plugs,
They
he was
infected
like,
him.
well, I think they were infected, but I think after the hair plugs, he was like, I want to get breasts. And they got breasts. And then he moved to England and he became a woman named Kate Rambo.
Yeah, and he
And
became a slag as well.
well, yeah, Northern slag.
Yeah,
And
special breed
yeah.
of lady. And that's what
But
happened.
he's a lady now, and I think
I'm much
I think he's
happier.
kind of an attractive woman, if you ask me, you know? And so I think it worked, but it all started with the hair plugs. As soon as he got the hair plugs,
That
it's
was
like
it.
next thing you know, he's like, I need some tits. I don't know. So when did you get the operation,
Oh,
Harrison?
like pretty much about 4 weeks after the hair plugs. It's a slippery slope, you know. Once you start getting plastic surgery, you just get the urge for more. And the estrogen came as my hair started flowing.
And then next thing you know, it's gone. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever makes me happy.
He's like, whatever makes you happy. Well, I'm happy that you're a
Mhm.
fully realized human being and you're the person you want to be.
I know I hated LA. I was always talking about how much I hated LA and I wanted out of there. So like now I'm in a good place, the north of England.
The north of England, living as a woman.
Just living as a woman. Although
Yeah.
technically I have transitioned to be a full woman. So if you could just call me a woman, that would
All right.
thank you.
Living, you're a woman, living a living woman. That's what you
More
are.
than a woman.
I've always wanted breasts. Always wanted breasts.
Really, to do what with?
Just to feel, to like wear a bra and like let them out of the bra and they
would.
just like bust out of the bra.
Oh, you want to do like that?
Like a Russ Myers chick.
Yeah, would you not just rather have a girlfriend who has tits?
I guess, but
You just
I'm
want
not saying if.
chewy tits.
Oh no, he didn't keep the sausage. Chop those off.
No, it's gone. The sausage is gone, guys. It's all gone. I told you surgery is addictive.
It's addictive.
Good
All right,
riddance.
we got
The podcast is way better now. Why, thank you, TP.
TP.
How very polite it is to say good riddance, isn't it?
Good riddance.
Good riddance.
Seems like a very English thing to say. You know what? I don't know if there's that many English people listening because it's going 5 a.m. there or whatever. But I learned a new term from Kate this past weekend.
You love
pumping.
This term.
Yeah, pumping. And so they call farting over there in the UK pumping.
It's mainly a thing that kids will say it. Like you'll say it in front of your kids because you don't want them to say fart.
Okay, how many people say tooting?
Tooting? No one says fucking tooting.
No one's like, I made a toot toot.
I'm having a little toot toot. No, is this?
Does anyone say poot? Pooting?
Pooting? No.
Like a poot.
Did you just make that up?
No. Poot something. I think a lot of the urbans use the term poot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So wait, what about how do you use pump in the sentence? Like, are you like, I'm gonna pump up the jam, pump it up.
Pump it up. No, you
and that's about farting.
And you'd just be like, oh, it smells like pumps in here.
It smells like pumps. But would you say like, who's been pumping?
Yeah, you can be like, oh, have you pumped? Oh yeah, trumping. Like trumping is one you'll know as well. TP said.
Wait, people say trumping?
Yeah, trumping. That's when you're pumping. You can be trumping. He's like, oh.
And you can be pumping or trumping.
Pumping or trumping. They're definitely two British ones.
All right. Let me do a quick test here to make sure you can
Benjamin,
hear this.
Pumping sounds way worse than farting. Yeah, it's because you think of pumping, but it's not. Pumping is what you as a child, or you'd be like, oh, I've just had a pump.
A pump. Pump it. All right, let me grab a beer.
Worse? Yeah, what sounds worse? Calling it shit or calling it cocks, like the rabbi? Which is not an English thing. I don't know where the rabbi decided that he would call shit cocks. Poot is too close sounding to poo.
What's up?
A guy says that poot is too close sounding to poo, innit?
Poo. Well, I think that's the point. It's like you pooted, but you didn't poo.
Oh.
You know?
The kids today, mate, just stick with the classics like trumping and bumping.
It's like I like when people are just like, "You fucking shit yourself? What the fuck?" Yeah. That's what the rabbi used to say.
Oh yeah, just before he went up to the bathroom to break up his cocks.
Break up his cocks.
I gotta
Yeah.
break up
I don't
my
know
cocks.
if you guys are patrons or not, but we talked to my sister
Yeah,
today
super
about
fun.
pregnancy. Yeah, it was a very like revealing conversation about the horrors of pregnancy. It was fucking disgusting. Um,
I
but
liked
anyway,
him when she was doing all the visuals. That was my favorite.
it's funny. I'll post it as an outtake probably this week. But anyway, so her friend made us all make because she was supposed to have a baby shower this weekend, but it got canceled due to COVID. And so her friend made us all do these videos, like a video tribute to her, just kind of embarrassing thing to say. So mine that I did was about I went out and was saying like, you're gonna have baby Shmooly, and once you have baby Shmooly, you gotta learn him, pass down the tradition, the family tradition of breaking up a cock, breaking up shit with my father's shit hanger. Because we all learned how to do that. Me and my sister used to know how to do that and everything.
You've got the
So
wrist action for it now.
yeah, I got
Yeah.
strong wrists. Help me learn how to masturbate. But
Yeah.
anyway, my sister was watching the video with her friends, like and her boss and a couple other people. And so when it got to me being like, Stephanie, you're going to teach baby Shmooly how to break up the cocks with the cock hanger. They were all like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what is he even talking about? And so Stephanie had to tell this like inside family joke. Well, I don't even know if it's a family joke or family like disturbing incident that we all had to grow
It's a
up, like
disturbing.
trauma
It's a disturbing insight into your
into
Jewish growing
the
up.
Simon family.
Yes.
But yeah, so anyway, she was explaining to her horrified friends that when we were kids, my dad would carry this like shitty hanger and we'd break up his shits that he called cocks
Cocks for some
confusedly. Just to
bizarre
make it even more
reason.
confusing.
Yeah.
We always thought it was an English thing that English people called shit cock,
No.
but it's
No.
not.
I've
Yeah.
never heard any English person call it that.
Yeah, it
Ever.
makes no sense.
It
Anyway.
makes no sense. Who knows
All
why?
right. We got to move on here. You ready?
I am ready.
So, got a few phone calls to get to. 323-522-4032 is that number. As I mentioned before, got a couple losing virginity stories.
Nice.
But this first one is about a guy who, during COVID times, matched up with a woman on Tinder.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Sick and Wrong. I haven't called the show in a while. Not since I called my girlfriend a cunt and she broke up with me. But
Do you remember listening to that one? Did you ever hear that?
I can't remember. But
This guy called in and he was just like, I don't know, man. I called her a cunt and she broke up with me. And it's just like, yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah, but over here, cunt over here is different. Because if you're in Scotland and you call someone a cunt, it means you're best mates with them.
Yeah,
And
but does it count if you're in a relationship? Like if your boyfriend's like, you fucking cunt.
I would not break up with somebody if they call me a cunt. If I was acting like a cunt, I would probably hold my hands up and be like, yeah, I've been a bit cuntish there. But yeah,
You're a rare bird.
It's just
Okay,
a word,
Rambo.
mate. But if somebody is speaking at me in anger like that, then I would just be like, I'm the cunt. No, no, no. You're the cunt.
And then would you smash your fist through the wall?
Yes, I would totally Kyle up the situation, bro.
I'm in the dating world. I got a Tinder match last week. It's going good. She's sending me all kinds of naked pictures, and we're planning a date. So I was.
No, that's kind of a red flag there. She's already sending naked pics, and you haven't even met her yet.
This is how the youths do it, mate. They're like, within 2 minutes, they'll show each other a meme, and then the other one will go lol, and then 2 seconds later, it's a picture of an asshole. That's how the kids today do it.
In my day, I had to work to see titties. I had to start up a podcast. Do it for at least 3 years before I started seeing titties being emailed to me.
I'm surprised you see any titties when people find out you're a podcast host.
I don't know. We used to get a lot of tits. Not as much now.
Yeah, used to. Yeah, used to.
Yeah, used to. Yeah. Yeah, me and Wackley got a lot of tits back in the day. But isn't it weird though? Like if I was in a relationship with somebody, or not even a relationship, if I met someone on Tinder, I'm not going to send a picture of my naked body to them until we meet face to face. This girl could be a catfish. Could be a catfish. You don't even know.
The general rule should be that you don't really send nudes unless you're in a relationship with that person, because then you can trust that that person is not gonna like release those nudes
Well, at least until you've seen them nude and
naked. Well, yeah,
verified their genitalia.
naked, built up a bit of trust with this person, then they can
Yeah.
have the nudes. But if you're just like straight off the bat sending nudes, that's a warning sign.
I would
Don't.
I would assume it was a dude sending me porn pics. Like
I
amateur
would.
porn pics to get a picture of my cock.
That's 100% what I would assume. I would assume it's just my mates having a laugh at my expense.
I've seen enough catfish to know what a catfish looks like.
Scrolling through her nudes last night though, and I got to a picture. It's pretty hot. It's like her bent over a bed, spreading open her butt and stuff. But I noticed
That's hardcore
that she was
nudes.
spreading.
I mean, you show an asshole, not just like hair pie and a couple titties.
She's not just got a, like her nipple casually hanging out of her bra. That's hardcore nudes.
How, Kate, as a woman, as a northern slag, how many like days into a relationship before you actually show your spread open asshole to a man? Like, like how many hours into the relationship?
Well, it depends on the man. Depends on the manner of the man as well. Some men want the spread open asshole and some don't.
But I mean, does it take more than like a couple Tinder emails back and forth?
Oh my god, yeah. I mean, you've got to at least meet me in the pub and buy me a gin and tonic. I'm not just a couple of witty memes.
Got a winer, diner, and 69er. That's how it works.
Down and 69. Yeah.
In her butthole with both hands. So I'm like, who the fuck is taking this picture? I didn't see a selfie stick
her
or
dad,
anything like that. So I don't know. It's kind of freaking me out. Maybe she has like a drone camera or something. But I don't know, guys. Should I be freaked out about this, or should I go out with her? I haven't taken a picture of my butthole before, so maybe there's something I'm missing here. What do you guys think?
Well, I'm going to send this one over to Kate because you've probably sent many pictures of your butthole to someone special in your life.
Yeah, probably.
How do you do it?
It's been known to happen. Well, most phones have a fucking timer setting. And if she's got a shelving unit, you just turn the timer setting on, spread open your asshole, and it'll take a picture of your asshole. Or she could have a clicker, a remote clicker.
Or you have a remote clicker that takes a pics with your phone?
Yeah, I've got a remote clicker, and my phone can count down for me. So
that's how you take your spread asshole photos?
That's how I take my spread asshole pictures. I'm not saying that this is what this Tinder girl is doing. But this guy has nothing to fear apart from the fact that he should not be seeing her spread open asshole so soon.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, Guy. That this is probably a red flag that any woman sending pictures of her spread open asshole without you even speaking to her, like you haven't even personally spoken to her, communicated to her in any way, that's a dude. That's a dude fishing for a picture of your dick.
She could be just a real fucking thirsty girl as well, but that's an asshole that probably has some STDs.
Yeah, I would say there's some definite red flags here. Yeah. Although I would still try to meet up with her. Mainly, first of all, I wouldn't send any pictures of my dick yet.
No, don't send nudes in return.
Yeah, don't send nudes in return. I would meet up with her just to prove that she's not a catfish. I bet this girl will not meet up with you.
I bet as well.
And then you should go on the show Catfish and get Neve to track her down.
And to identify her just from her asshole. It'll be like Cinderella, won't it? It'll be like, no, you just bend over and spread. We've got to check your ring against this picture of this ring we have.
I've seen hemorrhoids like this before. Yeah, there you go. I think lesson learned here is any girl showing a picture of her asshole to you before you meet her in real life, probably a dude.
Probably.
Beware.
Yes.
Take that from Kate. She's an expert. All right, next call we have here is the Wad. He calls in about losing his virginity.
Nice.
He'll never believe who he lost his virginity to. And it's not, I know it's a bit of a spoiler, it's not one of his father's goats.
Hello, Kate and D. It's me, the Wad. I wasn't actually going to call in with my losing my virginity story because mine's so fucked up, I figured it wouldn't be fair to the other callers. But
I got to say, though, we've had some fucked up losing virginity story so far. You know,
We have, yeah. Twisted Firestarter is still the winner, isn't he? So this has to compete with Twisted Firestarter.
I think that's the number one story so far.
That's definitely number one so far. I think Marshall Island Tully's was great, and I loved it. And Marshall Island Tully had a leg up because this competition started because of him, but it just didn't edge it. Sorry, Marshall.
Yeah, not quite. Twisted Firestarter is definitely the forerunner
Yeah.
right now.
Since I've received a special request, here goes. So, when I was 17, I was introduced to a girl who was supposedly my sister because my father was banging her mom in the early 80s, and her entire life he thought that she was his daughter. As a matter of fact, previously when she was living with her mother, she actually had a stepbrother that she was fucking. And according to her, they were even at one point engaged. They both got kicked out after the stepbrother beat the abusive stepdad's ass. Then she was living with an...
God, this is some drama.
Yeah, this is a lot of incestuous stuff going on already.
Yeah, I know. It's like, and the Watt's not even involved yet.
Yeah.
But she seems to have a bit of a history of sleeping with her siblings.
Yeah, maybe that's what makes her wet. That's what spreads her asshole. Siblings.
Yeah, I often wonder about that. Like, if my parents were divorced, and I know this is like
Yeah.
the subject of many of Pornhub videos, but
It
if my
is.
parents were divorced, though, and I was like 16 or 17, and we moved in with my stepmom, and she had, a stepdaughter that was like 16 or 17, I probably would fuck, wouldn't you?
No, I think no.
If she was attractive?
Like, I think it's just too late. You've got to never shit where you eat, basically.
I guess.
It's too late. You're going to be around them all the time.
Yeah.
No.
When my dad first started bringing her around. Before she moved in, my dad finally went and got a paternity test after 17 fucking years. Then the results come back after she moved in, and the results stated that my dad, in fact, was not the father. And
yeah, so what do you do at that point? Do you just be like, get out of my house?
Well,
You
no, I
fucking
think she would
ingrate.
still be under your care, wouldn't she? Social services would still be like,
Yeah, I'd probably force
Yeah.
her to stay. Yeah.
mhm.
they probably kept her around. They were like, "Oh no, you're still family. You could still stay with us." My dad probably just wanted cheap labor to work in the convenience store. But
I admire
shortly
the
after
Wad's
that,
father.
it was almost like she was grooming me. She started saying like, weird shit to me. Like on multiple occasions. She'd be like, "Oh, I totally blew you in your sleep." I'd be like, "What? Like, no, you didn't."
She's like a little rapist living in your
She's-
house.
She is flirting with you, the Wad.
Yeah, horny.
That's how flirting begins.
And on top of this, not to mention she already had a history with these types of scenarios. But on top of this, both of our bedrooms were in the basement, right fucking next to each other. And
How can you get any more convenient than that?
That is the most convenient.
I'd almost think the parents wanted us to fuck.
At this point, I would be like, they have put us in this path to fuck.
They probably have a hidden video camera,
it.
watching us
This
mate.
is how incest porn started, innit?
I think it probably
This is
did.
the
I think it was
very
like
first incest
some
porn video.
entrepreneurial parents. They're like, we're gonna make some money.
He catches his fake stepsister stuck in the washing machine, and he just goes for it.
I can see
That's how-
Wad's dad's like, the revenue I make from the Pornhub,
Yeah,
it really
totally.
supplements my income.
Where is the Wad's dad from?
what?
Like Iran or something.
Oh,
I
is
don't know.
that
He's-
your-
I think no, he's actually Palestinian. I think.
Oh, is that your Palestinian
it's-
accent?
Yeah, close enough.
We were both sitting on my bed, watching a movie in my room. I fell asleep. I woke up in the middle of the night to see that, she had also fallen asleep. I was like, we're both sleeping in the same bed. Okay. That's weird.
Instant boner.
Then,
Yeah, for sure. At
I
that
don't know,
age?
maybe she realized I was awake. She started rubbing my dick over my shorts. And
This
She-
is a Pornhub
right,
video
right,
I think I've
what?
masturbated to.
Wad, she was not asleep.
Yeah, no, she was definitely.
Yeah.
Was she? Is she also like a weird Arab chick? Like, like I want to
Well,
know
she
what
must
is
have-
her nationality?
She must have looked vaguely like them for them to be like, oh yeah, you could be my sister.
Well, she must have been mixed, unless her mom was also Palestinian. Then she might have looked
Yeah.
very like
Mhm.
Palestinian.
She was working on it for a few minutes. And, you know, I
Like a
was a
pro.
virgin. I had never had a girlfriend. Nobody else was barking up my tree. I was desperate and horny as fuck, you know? And then she, after rubbing it over my, oh, wait, it's been 3 minutes.
Oh.
Fuck,
okay.
what a cliffhanger.
God, this
Seriously.
Yeah, we're just at the good part.
This is hot.
Are you
Yeah.
getting a chub for the WOD story?
I would say a lot of listeners are probably like, whoa, like close listening right now.
He is a very good
You know?
storyteller, the WOD, yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
Hello, Kate and D. It's the Watt again with the thrilling conclusion. So she's rubbing my dick over my shorts. Next thing I know, she pulls it out. And then, you know, she's running her fingers up and down the shaft for another few minutes. And then I feel her breathing on my dick.
Oh.
And then it's in her mouth. And she's bobbing up and down on it like a mad woman.
Like a mad woman. She's just going crazy like Sylvia Plath. Just give me
Yeah.
that.
Sylvia Plath.
Obviously, she's done this before. You know, this isn't the first cock that's been in her mouth.
Yeah, she is in control of this situation. Well, she was
Yeah.
shagging her other stepbrother, wasn't she? So
Right, and probably like 10 other people that live in the neighborhood,
yeah.
you know, and a couple cab drivers, I'm sure.
We were both laying on our side, kind of in the 69 position. And it actually felt like super sensitive in that position. It was like the tip was getting overly stimulated. But at the same time, I was like, oh, I'm getting my dick sucked. And then eventually, I pulled it out and finished it myself all over her tits. We didn't talk about it at all the next day. The next night, it happened again. Started out pretty similar, except this time,
God, I'd be so horny. At that age, I'd probably
Do it
want to
to
like
just-
do it
to
like an
shag
hour
her.
later.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would have been like,
Yeah, but there's a bit of like there's a bit of like family relationship going on
yeah,
here.
it's like we got to go to like Pizza Hut as a family tomorrow, and it's going to be
Yeah.
awkward. Yeah.
just sit back and relax while I was getting my dick sucked until I was ready to come, which ended up all over her tits again. Once again, we didn't talk about it. The third night,
The third night of incest my fat sister gave to me.
She took my virginity.
The WOD, Christmas is
messing
the
around
WOD.
again. At first, more of the same stuff. Then I climb on top of her, and I start
Chicka
sliding my dick
bonka.
up and down on her clit. And then she reaches down, adjusts it, and it slides right in.
Whoa.
My mind races
Stepsister
a
is
million
moist.
miles an hour. And I
It doesn't sound like there's a condom being used here. That
does
could be
not.
problematic for the family.
Yes, it could
You know?
be. Imagine
'Cause now
explaining
you-
that to your child and being like, well, me and your mum thought we were stepbrother and sister, but the second we found out we weren't, we fucked. The second we found out, we just went at it like fucking animals, mate.
But yeah, we all grew up in the same house, and now you're born. And yeah,
Yeah.
God,
But
do
don't
you
worry,
wonder how
we're
pissed
not
off a father would be?
related. But we definitely fucked. Now you're here.
thrusting in and out, and my inner monologue is screaming, I'm inside a pussy. This is what pussy feels like. This lasted about
that still happens to me. All right, it's still every time, every time.
60 seconds. Then I pulled it out and shot a massive load all over her stomach. The
Well,
next
that-
day, we actually started talking about it. We kept it a secret, and it went on for a couple of years. She told me
Wow.
what got her thinking about it was seeing
You know what's weird about that though? So you're having a sexual relationship with your half sister or whatever she is for 2 years. What about if you met another girl,
In that
like an
time.
actual girlfriend?
Ooh,
like-
then things would get very like there'd
Yeah,
be
no, I mean that could
family
get
drama at Christmas time, wouldn't there?
very dramatic. Yeah.
Yeah.
outline of my dick through my boxers. She told me that she thought to herself, he's going to make some woman very happy. She was very experienced. She taught me a lot of things.
Wasn't she also, I swear, like in a previous call, he said she was like 300 pounds. And she was a
Really?
sod buster. Yeah, he
She's
told
a
me.
Sodbuster.
Yeah, I think he said, before that she's a hefty woman.
Oh,
Yeah.
she
As
isn't
a
in
big
my
girl.
mind. In my mind,
But
she's,
yeah, but
Pornhub chick.
I'm not trying to disparage big girls. Big girls down for anything.
Well,
They are.
I've heard Steele talk about
Yeah.
talking about that weekend.
Steele's told me many a times that he's like rubbed his ass across a fat girl's face like a dog on wet grass. Yes.
My
And they're
favorite
down for
story
it.
about when Steele was talking about those fatty weekends was about how you'd order a pizza and you'd be lucky if you got one slice.
They would usually order the pizza for him, but they would eat it all.
Yeah, exactly. You'll get one slice.
If that. Maybe eat a little bit of the crust.
Yeah, brilliant.
Where was I? She taught me a lot of things. Everything from role playing to food play. She even let me put it in her ass a number of times.
Oh, wow.
I remember once she was on top and I
wonder what kind of food play, like, because they're Middle Eastern. Do you think it's like a lot of hummus? And like like dolma and
spreading labna all over her.
Spreading labna all over his cock. Some baba ganoush in her pussy. Like, wow.
Get the flatbreads, Wad. We're having hummus tonight.
Put a falafel in my asshole. That'd be kind of, actually, I think that'd be kind of hot. That'd be kind of hot. I love Middle Eastern food.
I was about to say, do you think she was putting the falafel in her pussy and then she was popping it out into his mouth? How many falafel can you get in your pussy? She's like, 8.
All right, now I'm turned on. Now I got a full chub.
Finished, and she refused to get off of me. She was on top. Sorry. And when I told her I was about to come, she starts riding me even harder, causing me to shoot a load in her pussy for the first time.
That's
I
dangerous.
was so freaked out. I immediately thought I was going to get her pregnant. She told me it's fine. She knows when she's ovulating. She's let guys nut in her several times.
Warning signs.
Wait, that's the end. So what happened? Was she pregnant?
Is that how it ends? Like he's not.
Yeah,
gonna
that's
come
how it
back?
ended. That was it.
Oh my god! Well, that was going somewhere, wasn't it? I wanted to hear about how they stopped fucking, what happened to this sodbustery hummus-loving woman, and where it's gone from there. So I'm sorry, the wards. Twisted Firestarter and his brothel army story is still the winner.
I mean, it's weird though that he was somewhat related to this girl they lost his virginity to.
Yeah, it's sick, man. This is sick on another level, especially because like they're spending 2 years together and still in their parents' house, just fucking in the basement and like doing role play. You know,
2 years.
Imagine if like your mum walked in and there's you with your fake stepsister and she's all like, you know, tussied up like a horse, and you're putting in one of those butt plugs that has the fucking horse's tail coming out of it, and you're putting that in her asshole, and then your mum walks in and you have to explain what you're doing.
Got hummus all over your dick.
There's fucking
in her
hummus
mouth.
everywhere. Yeah. The room just stinks of chickpeas.
Baba ganoush all over your asshole. Eating it out. Yeah, it's hot.
You know,
I want to know what happened, Wad. Like, do you talk to her anymore? Did she give birth to a child? Did you raise a child? Is the kid a web-toed duck boy? Like, what happened? There's a lot of questions.
There has to be more to this award. You have to ring this back. But for now, because that's how it's ended. Maybe it was a mistake and the MP3 was corrupt or whatever. But
no, that's how it ended.
Right, that's how it ended. All right, Twisted Firestar, still my winner. He's still the king.
Well, there's another guy that called in, and people, if you want to hear our virginity stories, like I told mine, Kay told hers, and John Steele told his on the Patreon outtakes this week. So if you go to go to patreon.com/thinking-wrong. Yeah, that was funny.
It was fun being double teamed by you and Steele.
Steele's losing virginity story is exactly what you'd expect, exactly how you'd think Steele lost his virginity.
And that's it.
You know, kind of same with mine too, but definitely with Steele's.
Yeah, it's 100% what you'd expect.
Steele it's exactly
me intimate questions about my vagina as well.
Well, the funniest thing about Kate's is you had me and Steele asking many questions, many personal questions about how Kate lost her virginity. You can go check that on the Patreon. But yeah, we do still. I think we still have a couple more of these stories left. So maybe next week.
Cool.
People call Stick Around Hotline 323-522-4032. We did get one email I want to get to. I remember that emailer. She's called a couple times too. D. She wrote in about the bin men and the postal guy that she wanted to bang. All the service people in her area she wants to bang. She wrote, "Aw, fuck. I do love the bin men. They're obsessed with my daughter, so I could easily wrangle myself in there." So she's gonna like throw out her daughter as bait to capture one of these bin men.
Do anything you can do. Do it.
Yeah. She said, "I've just ordered some cute shit online. So as long as something isn't sent by fucking Hermes, then I'll definitely ask why the postman is in the UK." I'm quite sure if is Hermes like a
it's like
lingerie line or something?
No, it's a delivery. It's like UPS. It's a delivery.
Oh,
service.
It's like a UPS. Yeah. That's a good name for delivery service.
Yeah, it's
Greek.
speedy.
It's good.
Yes.
I like it. I don't know if I've ever seen a bald cock and balls in real life. Generally trimmed. Ideal really isn't it. I guess we must have been talking about like old people with their bald testicles.
Oh, I think we did. But apparently I'm wrong on that. And it's just because it goes really gray and silvery. You just can't see it. So you do have pubes when you're older, but they're just sparser.
Yeah.
And they're gray and silvery. But I also agree. I don't think you should ever shave your genitals, boy or women, because only children don't have pubic hair. Trimmed.
Yeah, trim it.
Plus, you need to have, if you have the pubic hair, it traps the pheromones, and that's what enchants the males. It's the pheromones.
Yeah, Kate was talking about her sardine
smelling
pheromones last night on the Patreon, so you can go check that out.
Mm-hmm.
She wrote a postscript here. P.S. I'm surprised you're so bloody old, D. Well, thank you, D. It really makes me feel better. I am old as shit. Love you guys, D. Well, thank you there for that.
Love you too, D. Love your emails.
And good luck with the bin men.
Yeah, definitely tell us if you get with them. I want to know.
People, check out the new Sick and Wrong Reddit page. It's not really new anymore, but we do have quite a few perverts on there. And there's some seriously gross shit that's posted there from time to time. A lot of it from me directly. It's kind of nice having like an avenue, a platform where I could just post whatever the fuck I want and not worry about getting banned, you know, like compared to Facebook and YouTube and all that shit. But just go to Reddit, do a search for r/Sick and Wrong Podcast, no spaces. And check it out.
I'm also Scott's meme this week.
The Walden Scott's meme this week was hilarious. I actually reposted. It was so funny. I reposted it on the Sick and Wrong Instagram.
Thank you, Walden.
We really do appreciate everyone signing up on the Sick and Wrong Patreon. We've got a lot of people signing up recently, and do appreciate that. And in addition to all the extra content that we're doing, I am planning to do D's Wacky Records probably this week because Kate's on holiday. And
for my birthday.
We'll have some time. Yeah, we'll have some time to record D's Wacky Records, and we're planning on doing the Sick and Wrong, Patreon hangout. Also, once you sign up for Patreon, you get an invite to the Sick and Wrong Discord, and we go into this quite a bit with the phone calls on Patreon this week. A lot of drama happening on the Discord.
Oh, it's been like Jerry Springer recently.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy on there. But also this week, as I mentioned earlier, we recorded some bonus outtakes with my sister and Big Jer. My sister is she's due any day now. She's like almost 9 months pregnant, 8.5 months, something like that. Doctor said she's due any day now. It's like, I was worried when we were talking to her, like doing the little bonus outtake there. I was worried that she might squeeze out the kid, or water's going to break, the mucus plugs going to fly out and hit Jer in the face. And then I'm going to be like, oh, Jesus, the baby's coming. But she's due any day now. And Kate, who's been pregnant more times than I can count on one hand, but never carried one to full term, had a lot of deep, insightful questions for her. One thing was Kate asked, and this is something, I don't know where Kate found this out or where she came up with this, but Kate thinks that a baby right when they're born, has a very hairy shit, like makes a really hairy shit that it eats as soon as it slips out of the womb. And
No,
that's something babies
no.
do.
You are such an evil Jewish liar. That's not what I said.
That's what you were talking. Okay, you were talking about that at length when we were talking to my sister about this baby's hairy shit.
If you want to hear the real truth of what I said and not how it's been manipulated by the Jewish media, it's on the Patreon.
The baby comes out of the womb just hissing and biting, and then has to eat the hairy shit.
Well, that's how
Like the
Jews
first
do
thing,
it.
and
Okay?
you gotta leave it. You gotta leave it alone. Let
Do
it
you know
eat the hairy shit.
Gentile babies come out drinking a little cup of tea and are like, "Hello, doctor. How may I help you? Would you like to measure me?" And they help
Cheerio.
you. Yeah, hello. Cheerio.
Yeah, that's what happens. But anyway, you gotta go check that out. We do an outtake on that. Also, the bonus episode, the mini-sode that we do, Sick and Wrong Overkill. Kate presents the best of Bigfoot erotica from your personal collection.
From my personal collection, and and there's some other Bigfoot scandals chucked in there for good measure. I had a lot of fun making this one.
Did you soundscape it with Bigfoot sounds like Chewbacca noises?
No, I've soundscaped it with a lot of 70s porn. There's a lot of 70s porno on it.
Segment called Sick and Wrong News, kind of a celebrity news portion. This week we talked about a girl with Rapunzel syndrome, where you eat your hair. A Bam Margera getting booted from Jackass 4, and the Britney Spears saga. So go check out all of that. Patreon.com/sick and wrong. Seriously, for only $5, you get all that shit. And we do appreciate your support in the show. Also, the T Public store is having a sale for patrons only to the end of the month. We have links on there. You can get, a cool banner, cool Sick and Wrong tapestry to hang over your bed at night. Get your loved ones in the mood. Also, you get like t-shirts, coasters, all sorts of stuff. sickandwrongpodcast.com/shop. Click on the picture of the Pope. Sick and Wrong Song of the Week. It's been another celebrity death. A band that was actually pretty influential to me in my youth. You surprisingly had heard of them, but didn't really listen to their music. But you're kind of like, you're 10 years younger than me.
I only know them for this song. I don't think they were as popular over here, but I could be wrong.
Maybe not. Prince Marky D, a member of the pioneering hip hop group, the Fat Boys. He died on Thursday. Cause of death not given. He was only 52, which I was a little surprised about. He's only 6 years older than me.
Yeah, I think it was because he's fat.
I was looking at videos. 'Cause I love the Fat Boys. Like when I first moved to this country, that was the first music that I ever was really introduced to. I think they're really popular, like 88, 89. And so, they had their version of the song Wipeout. Yeah. And so I thought, the Fat Boys, he was actually the skinniest member of the Fat Boys.
Oh, okay. How ironic. He dies first. Yeah.
Mark Anthony Morales. He teamed up with Darren Robinson, the human beatbox, who I found the most impressive, and Damon Wembley, Cool Rock Ski. And they performed under the name Disco 3 before later becoming the Fat Boys. And they launched their career in 1983 when they won a talent contest at Radio City Music Hall in New York. And by the end of the 80s, I mean, they were probably like the biggest rap group at the time. They had a platinum selling fourth album, Crushin'. They had a breakout comedy film called Disorderlies, which came out in 1987. And people might remember, like hip hop custodians, they might remember that the movie Crush Groove, which was based on the inception of Def Jam, and was all about the hardships that the artist Run DMC and Russell Simmons faced to become successful. But that was a great movie. Crush Groove had a Run DMC in it, Curtis Blow, Debbie Harry was in that.
Cool.
Yeah, it's great. The Gap Band, the Fat Boys. It was Shaka Khan. It was a great movie. But the other thing that and with the song that we're going to end the show with here, people might remember the band for the song "Are You Ready, Freddy," which was the theme of Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, which came out in 1988. But it's from their album Coming Back Hard Again. And so portions of the song were actually rapped by Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger. Yeah, it's a great song.
It is.
Are You Ready, Freddy by the Fat Boys. So we're going to end the show here with that one. And rest in peace there, Prince Marky D. Thanks, Ro Sahibi, for being on the show. And people, go check out his documentary, Dead Bigfoot, A True Story. You can find it right on YouTube. It's free. Pretty cool documentary. And yeah, try out his Austrian vodka. I think it's called Neft. I'm gonna try it. I didn't even know they made vodka in Austria.
Well,
Yeah.
now you do.
Anyway, happy birthday, Kate. Hope you have a good one.
Thank you.
And people will be back next week with episode 780. Until then, take it sleazy. All right. Fuck, my cat was going nuts. It's going nuts, that little
I heard
fuck.
him once.
I know. I'm probably not going to be able to edit it out either. Fucking dick. Hold on a sec. I'm going to let him out.
Let out his naked cat. What time is it in the UK right now? It's 5:22 a.m. Oh, there he is. The noisemaker.
Yeah, you're a little fucker. He's a little fucker.
Oh, he's going crazy.
I'm gonna show everybody on the live stream. Check out his he's got a fucking sweater on. But it's like a fat guy. He's like a fat guy in a sweater because he can't really wear it.
Oh, thank you,
Fat guy
Mike.
in a little
Thanks
fur
for the
coat.
birthday wishes.
What's up?
Mike just said happy birthday to me.
Oh,
For it is
happy
my
birthday, Kate.
Yeah, here he comes, this naked cat.
Yeah, you see him? He's a fucking cunt. He's a cunt today. Yeah. He's been see him in he's got his little outfit on. Yeah. Fucking dick. And you're a prick. You're a prick, you little fuck. He is. Anyway, Kate, what are you gonna do for the rest of your birthday? You're gonna get drunk?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a few beers and I'll probably go to bed for a while because it's like 5 in the morning.
5 in the morning.
Then I'll get back up tonight and probably do the same again.
Fucking
Have some wine, get really
rinse and repeat.
drunk. Rinse
what
and
you're gonna do.
repeat. Yeah, and
You know-
I'm on holiday for like 2 weeks. So that's my plan.
These cat jumpers are no joke, people. Like you put one of these things on them, and they actually fucking chill out for the most part, and yeah, keep them all warm. Although I think I need to get a slightly bigger one because he looks like fucking Chris Farley, his fucking fat gut sticking out. That's what happens. Anyway, it's been fun. Check out check out the full show because we'll have the interview with Ro on it. I'm also probably going to make a video out of that with some Bigfoot memes. And check out the Overkill. Kate did a pretty funny job with the Bigfoot erotica. It's very sexy. I don't know. Is it sexier than the Wads virginity story?
Nothing can be sexier than the Wads virginity story.
All right. I always forget how to fucking end this fucking thing.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.
Yep. See you later.